There is actually a deficit, as it were. How then do we build the confidence of Nigerians to ensure that there's some level of inclusive growth and ensure that Nigerians trust the government again?
So let me use a typical Nigerian family setting. So daddy calls everybody and says, now there's not going to be you have to cut down money for the gym subscription, you have to cut down money for Maggie, you are going to use this euro and all of that. And then the next day you see daddy coming in a Maybach. You see that is, you don't preach trust, right? Like we all know, trust is earned, right? You don't preach trust. You don't say, and that's why I said trust is the currency of governance. And to build trust, the brick for building trust is transparency and accountability. So if I know, the reason why I can trust daddy to say, okay, I will also cut down on my gym subscription, or I can cut down on the money to do my hair, is because I also know that daddy will also cut down on money he spends, maybe to do his car maintenance and all of that, right? So that is it. So it stands on two legs, transparency and accountability. And you'll see over and over how members of the civil society community have continuously asked questions, simple questions, to say, okay, when we heard that so amount of money was recovered from the removal of fuel subsidy, what have you done with the money? And you mentioned something in your opening address as to how people are not even permitted to speak, right? And then when you speak, it's termed as hate speech, or it's termed as speaking against the government. These are the issues. When transparency is not there and accountability is not seen, of course, you don't need to preach trust. It just continues to go deep dive and just continues to be negative and negative continuously. So transparency and accountability is going to build the trust in our leaders such that even when we don't understand the economic angle, we don't understand the GDP conversations and the CPI conversations, we are able to trust that this policy and support the policy such that skepticism is reformed to partnership, right? And we can also work with the government to ensure that Nigeria becomes the one that works for us all. So transparency and accountability from part of our leaders.